Hi everybody, my name is Bob Trezise and I'm President and CEO of LEAP, Lansing Economic Area Partnership. We're the region's economic development agency for global Lansing, Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County right here in the center of Michigan. And we've had a great, interesting couple weeks of economic development. There's a lot of stories, amazing stories. Our economy is hot, things are going great. We're one of the great investment communities in the United States. If you don't believe it, look at all that news right below here and follow the links. And just over the last 2 weeks, I want to give a big shout out to the Lansing State Journal. As usual, every quarter they put together Transforming Lansing section, and with one general theme. This quarter's theme is Reotown here in Lansing, an incredible redevelopment and revitalization story that so many different people have played a role in. But take a look online or a hard copy, but beautiful pictures and a lot of great articles, very insightful. So thank you for the State Journal for supporting the community and doing in-depth reporting and storytelling like this. It's really a fantastic piece. I always think Reotown, there are so many different angles to look at it. It's certainly a rebirth story of entrepreneurialism to start with, and urban pioneers and artists. This was not too long ago, quite a dangerous area. And so much has happened, but a key element was public investment. And there's lots of debate these days about the appropriateness of public investment, and or should we just let the free market, the private sector run and do its thing? And of course, I believe very strongly in public-private partnership. We can be stronger together that way and really compete globally with that type of partnership and atmosphere. And Reotown is a poster child for that kind of partnership. The city of Lansing, led by Mayor Bonero, invested $3 million in an incredible streetscape. The public utility, Lansing Board of Water and Light, not only built a most beautiful building for a cogeneration plant, but moved its headquarters and about 180 employees right here on Main Street in Reotown. The Ingham County Land Bank Authority was able to acquire the really hideous deluxe inn that was here, where there were murders and drug use and prostitution. They knocked it down, and now that site's going to be redeveloped. And those really took it to a next level, and now the private sector is doing its magic based on that public infrastructure investment. And boys, to me it's a little story, but I think about state policy and even national policy, investment, serious investment in infrastructure. Oh my gosh, what it can create from the private sector when public sector invests is amazing. The return is incredible to the taxpayer. So really interesting story and discussion about Reotown. Well, of course, we're home to Michigan State University, one of the great universities in the world, and the students all come back August 30th, some 50,000 or so students, an amazing time for our economy. The economic impact of Michigan State University is incredible here locally and, of course, across the state. I ran across a little news story, though, that's even extra impressive about Michigan State and their enrollment this year. This article says, not only does Michigan State University this year have the largest African-American freshman class of any Big Ten school this coming fall, which is fantastic and is all about what the Lansing region is about, diversity and celebration and all kinds of new ideas from around the community. But MSU is also expecting 8,000 first-year students, one of the school's single largest incoming classes ever. The university says that their high enrollment is partially due to its long-standing land grant tradition, and that they enroll the most Michigan students, more than any other university in the state. In addition, they also are having a record year for Hispanic students attending the university. So high praise for Michigan State University. The more people and the more diverse people we bring in and cultivate into entrepreneurs and intellects and everything else in our community, creative people, artists, everything, the better we are. So great news for our region. If you're a business, we're a talent portal, one of the great talent portals in the world, and you want to be located on our doorstep. So if you're a business looking to expand or even locate here in the Lansing region, we've already discussed some good reasons. We got all kinds of explosion of revitalization in our urban areas. We have Michigan State University with record enrollment and diverse record enrollment. But how about this one? Lansing has been named as the best mobile performance community in the entire United States, ahead of Chicago and everybody else. And this is according to a group by Root Metrics. Now, I went and looked at the actual study. You know, sometimes lists are lists. We all know that. But this is quite an in-depth study, I think a serious-minded study. You can go to Lansing State Journal and look up Lansing has the best mobile performance in U.S. article, and they have a link to the actual study. Check it out for yourself. But the city of Lansing and our region is #1 overall according to Root Metrics, a research firm that surveys network performances in 125 metro areas across the United States. In the separate categories, Lansing was ranked #1 in speed and data performance, and in the top 5 for call performance and network reliability, ranking #3 and 4 respectively for 125 communities across the entire United States. So this is really something important to us because we know that speed and data performance are imperative to business these days. So if you're a person who is doing a lot of business through your phone and is creating through your phone and communicating obviously through your phone, this is a statistic that is amazing. Lansing is #1 in the United States. Again, a great reason to do business in our region. And then we do brick and mortar. We do many projects week in and week out where there is investment. And this week there were a number of great announcements. I want to say congratulations to Mayor Bonero and the School for the Blind project. This is a 40-acre beautiful site in the heart of our urban neighborhoods in the Old Town area. It's been abandoned for several decades at least. And so finally, TWG Development out of Indianapolis is knocking down the auditorium building but saving 2 additional buildings, including the Abigail and the high school. And they're building a $12.5 million project with initially 72 housing units. I want to give a big shout out to Mark McDaniel and his team at Sinair. Sinair is right here in Lansing, but they're a huge national investment and development company, and they are investing in this project as well and played a big role in putting it together. But here we go. We're redeveloping and saving these beautiful buildings and going to be moving in a lot of people into the city of Lansing of mixed income varieties into this important area of the city. Additionally, Tom Arnold's 3-story building in downtown Old Town was, we put it together with Mayor Bonero and the city of Lansing a year ago, last October through December, and it finally received final approvals by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, the MSF board meeting this week. This is a Darius Moon building built in 1890, a very important historic building. We're very proud once again, as we have to so many buildings across the city, have preserved historic buildings and brought them back to life. And thank you to Tom Arnold for his $1.4 million investment in this mixed-use building in Old Town. Finally, I want to give a big shout out. I was at the Michigan Economic Development Association annual conference last week in Holland. Beautiful city and beautiful area to have our conference. And they gave a number of awards, as they do each year, to recognize significant achievement and addition to enhancement of economic development profession itself and projects throughout the state and so forth. So there were 2 awards, and 2 of our staff members got 2 of those 4 awards. And one went to Steve Willoughby, and he received the annual Convoy Award from Michigan Economic Development Association. And this recognizes an individual who has spent many years participating with Michigan Economic Development Association, trying to educate and enhance the economic development profession and playing a big role in both the organization and our profession across the state. And our very own Steve Willoughby, our COO here at the LEAP, received that award. Very proud of Steve, and congratulations to Steve, and thank you to MEDA for that. But we weren't done. Our own Carl Dorschimer, our Director of Economic Development here at LEAP, received the prestigious President's Award from the Michigan Economic Development Association. And this award acknowledges, again, an individual who has spent a long time really enhancing the Michigan Economic Development Association, Economic Developers Association, and the profession itself. So very proud of Carl and Steve. They're two of the top professionals in the state of Michigan. We're fortunate to have them here at LEAP. And thank you to MEDA, which is an excellent advocacy organization for economic development, for these awards. We'll see everybody next week.